Take your phone out to make sure. Hello, how are you? I want you to like this page and share it. I got a little short message for you right now. I'm going to be in Baltimore County at the DreamLife Center. It's 4111 Deer Park Road and in Randallstown, Maryland. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. And I want to invite you to come. And the reason is, I noticed that there are a lot of social events that people are having, and where they're learning how to put the boots down and bring the fans out, all of that kind of stuff. I'm looking for some people who want to bring out the best in themselves, who want to learn what is it they need to do to create a new version of themselves to navigate this place where we are. We've been pre-programmed between the ages of 0 and 7 to focus on things that entertain us and programmed to have a limited vision of ourselves. And one of the things that I realize now more than ever, that we should bring up voices that talk about the fact that, yes, it's good to have entertainment and enjoy yourself, but it's also very good to be willing to be in a mindset of taking in information that allows you to control your future. This is a crisis that we're in right now. When you look at all the programs and fundings for various programs that's beneficial to people that are being eliminated, that this is a time that we have to step up and ask ourselves, what are we going to do now? And that's important. And so I want to share and communicate and be in person and be in the room with people in the Maryland County at the DreamLife Center that Dr. Kenneth Robinson, he's having a program, and the funding from this is going to be going for our youth. And he believes, and I agree with him 100%, our children are not our future. Our children are our now. And so he invited me to speak. And I want those of you that can hear my voice, those of you that have goals and dreams that you want to achieve, those of you that have lost your job, those of you that are working on a job that's not you, they pay you just enough to keep you from quitting, and you working just hard enough to keep from being fired, okay? I know about that. Listen, I'm going to be sharing with you things that you can do that's going to dramatically change your life. This is not something where I'm coming in to motivate you. I'm coming in to give you some direction and actionable steps that you can take right now in this major shift in wealth and this golden age where we are right now. This is a special time. Now, we got some drama going on and chaos going on and distractions going on. All of that's a part of life. Think it not strange that you face the fiery furnaces of this world. You will not, you will have tribulations. There will always be pushback. Life is not fair. There will always be people, circumstances, systemic barriers that will provide methods and techniques to prevent us from advancing forward. That's going to always be the case. But life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. And I'm encouraging you to guard your time, guard your mind, that don't consume all the stuff that's coming out. Things that don't build you up and make you feel good about yourself and activate your faith and inspire you to take the initiative to seize the moment for what we can do in this place where we are right now. And this is the time that we should be creating new businesses, new opportunities, controlling our own economy, and as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad would say, to do for self. This is the time to have people around you. And I want to talk about OQP, only quality people. This is the time that when you focus on creating positive connections, and that's why those of you that in the Baltimore County that can hear my voice, and you know I've been doing this for 53 years, many of you were listening to me when you were little teeny weenies, little kids. And I'm still here. At 80, I'm still standing. Yes. And I still got the fire in my belly. I believe live full and die empty. This is a special time. A lot of things are happening. And when you begin to look at what's happening and what's going on, we have to ask ourselves, what are we going to do about it? And part of what I'm going to be talking about at 6 p.m. at the DreamLife Center at 4111 Deer Park Road in Randallstown, Maryland, there's some things that you can do right now. So let me share some of the things. There's 7 main things I want to talk about, but let me share with you 3. Number 1, what's going on now? What's going on politically? All the disruptions and chaos and the lying, misrepresentation of the truth and no sense of morality, all this stuff that's going on a regular basis, it's not good for your mental health. You have to push back. I found myself when I just unconsciously, I was checking my blood pressure and I was looking at the news and my blood pressure was going up high. And somebody might say, well, I bet you were watching Fox. Yep. Let me tell you something. This is a time that we need mental clarity. This is June. Can you believe that? This is June. Life has picked up speed. You know, it moves faster as you get older. It moves faster. When you have a lot of bills, you say, didn't I just pay that bill last week? It moves faster. So I want to talk to you about things that you can do and people that are coming there, because my goal is, in the places that I go, I'm going to Dallas, I'm going to Detroit. There are various cities that I'm going to go to, a limited, 7, because 7 is my lucky number. But those of you, there's the information for those of you that are listening that's in that area that would like to get tickets for this event. When you call in, you get your ticket, give them your email as well, because as a gift to you coming out and investing in our youth, I'm going to send you through the digital programs that we have some motivational materials that have the value of $500 that you can use on a regular basis to reprogram yourself for this new space where we are. Peter Drucker said we must be willing to unlearn, learn, and relearn. There are things that we have learned that this space where we are, we have to unlearn because they won't serve us now. There are people who have the capacity to win, but they're failing because they're trying to enter a new era, open up new doors of opportunities with an old mindset. That won't get you there. No. And so, but the things that I'm going to provide for you, the tools to change your own programming, because if you don't program your mind will be programmed by the world. Be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Our schools will never do that. Yeah, do you think it was just an accident or an oversight that when I was in school, there was nothing about the things, the contributions, and the things that we have made a difference in this country and around the world? Harvard University did a study, and at this African-American school, they introduced kids to African-American literature and history. Their grades increased dramatically. Because when you have a strong sense of identity, that gives your life a sense of purpose. And when your life has a sense of purpose, that gives your life a sense of direction. But if you're in a culture where you're treated less than, it impacts your sense of self-worth and how you feel about yourself. And when you have barriers that prevent you from moving forward, after a while, you become conditioned and you develop a defeatist mindset. There's nothing I can do. You become powerless. It's called learned helplessness. That's why a guy named who wrote the book called Learned Optimism, the purpose of that book was helping people to learn how to reverse the negative consequences of being in a situation where you feel powerless and hopeless. There are 3 kinds of people in this world. They're winners, they're losers, and they're winners who have not discovered how to win. When I was in the 5th grade in Douglas Elementary School in Overtown in Miami, They labeled me educable, mentally retarded. 86% of the kids that are relegated to special education are African-American kids. They determine the number of prisons that they're going to build based upon the failure rate of African-American males in the 3rd grade. Now, if you can track failure, you can also track success. So that's why I support Dr. Robinson for what he's doing at the DreamLife Center, having events that we would be able to impact and work with our kids and work with adults and parents as well. And this event is designed to do 3 things. Number 1, give you some tools to change your mindset and instructions of how to navigate this new place. We must unlearn the things that we now know because they won't serve us. Einstein said, the thinking that has brought me this far has created some problems that this thinking can't solve. So we have to unlearn what we now know, and then we must be willing to learn and relearn. People who are not learning continuously and don't see that as a passion and a game plan of how to stay ahead of artificial intelligence will be left behind. So I'm going to share with you things that you can do that it's easier to make it now because we have access to infinite amount of information. I mean, this is I'm learning some new things, and I'm into ChatGPT, and I'm into all the other tools and instruments that we have out there. And somebody said, well, why would you still be actively engaged in speaking and learning? You're 80. Yes, that's right. And I'm not going to be sitting around watching Netflix or going to games and watching somebody else live their dreams. If I go to a game, I'm in the game. See, we've been programmed to be spectators and have empty, worthless conversations about who's the GOAT. You know, who's the GOAT in your life? Entertainment is a distraction. And this is some serious times where we are right now. When you think about books being taken out of the system, books with the name of Rosa Parks being removed, are you serious? You think that we should just be worrying about putting boots on the ground and bring the fans out and singing and dancing? No. That when they start talking about dealing with the educational consumption of what we have exposure to, that's major, because you're talking about depriving a person of the capacity to develop themselves to navigate the new place where we are right now, this era of accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. So I'm encouraging you, number 1, read things that will inspire you, things that will build you up. I have a book that I want to recommend. It's by Mike Williams. It's called The Road to Your Best Stuff 2.0. Mike Williams has been my mentor. He saw this Les Brown because before I saw him. I was a disc jockey in Columbus, Ohio, and he was my newsman. And I'll never forget, I was hot when I was on the radio. Look out, this is me, LB, Triple P, Les Brown, your platter playing papa. And he said, Brownie, you're more than an entertainer. What are you talking about? You can educate people. People listen to you. You can do more than just put some rhymes together. And he just shocked me. It was. I said, well, wait a minute. Why are you coming at me like this? I got good ratings, yes, but you're more than someone that can put some lines together, and rhyme, and make people feel good. You can inspire people. You can enlighten people. You can not just entertain, but you can educate as well. And it's very important. It's very important to have someone in your life that can see what you can't see in yourself. They call that scotomas. We all have blind spots. And at that time, I couldn't see what he saw. And it's very important to have someone in your life that believes in you until your belief kicks in. And that happened for me. That's why when I say to you, you have something special, you have greatness in you, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, because no one could have convinced me. My brother and I, we were conceived in Gainesville, Georgia. Our mother, Dorothy Bell Rucker, came down to Miami, they wouldn't accept her at Jackson Memorial Hospital because on February the 17th in 1945, when we were born, they said no, Black people were not allowed at Jackson Memorial Hospital because of the segregated South. And so they drove around and found an empty building and went in, and she gave birth to us on a floor in an empty building. And then waited till someone would agree not to separate us. And Mamie Brown showed up. Our godfather, Mr. Curry, said, Mamie, yes, listen, the lady had some twins in Liberty City and 62nd Street, and you said you wanted a child, you wanted a boy. And she said, yes, well, will you take two? And she said, yes. He said, get dressed. As I drove from Overtown to Liberty City, 62nd Street, Northwest 17th Avenue, over there by the projects, all right? And Mr. Moss said that when Mama came in, Mrs. Mamie Brown and Dorothy Bell Rucker, and listen to this. I just found this out. If you go online and see, put in Les Brown's 2021 surprise. I just found out in 2021 for the first time. Saw a picture of my birth mother and father. And when she came in, he said, Mama looked up and said, are you Miss Mamie? And she said, yes. Mr. Moore said that you'll take good care of my boys. And she said, I would. I never had any children before. And Mr. Moores helped her get up, and she looked Mama in the eyes. And she said, are you sure? You swear you won't separate them? And she said, I swear. And she just stood there looking, and she was holding us in the meantime. She said, and this is Mamie Brown speaking, they'll never go to bed hungry. They will always have a roof over their head and clothes on their back. I swear to God, I'll take care of them. I've never had any children before. And Mr. Moore said they just looked at each other, nose almost touching. And finally, Dorothy Bell, my birth mother, who gave me life, Mamie Brown, who taught me how to live life, Dorothy Bell gave us to Mamie Brown in a light blue blanket. And she said, I believe you're the one. And Mama, Mr. Moore said, turned around slowly and walked toward the car. He opened the door for her. She got in the car holding us, and he closed the door, and he said that Dorothy Bell, our birth mother, got close to her. You promised to take care of my boys? You promised? He said, yes, I do. And he said at that moment, she turned her back to the car and hit it on the side. Go, Mr. Moss, go. And he drove off very slowly. And then all of a sudden, he heard a scream, wait, wait. And Mr. Moore said, Mama asked him, do you think she changed her mind? He said, I don't know, Mamie, I don't know. And she came to the window again and said, you promised, yes. And she said, lead him toward me. And she kissed me and Wesley on the forehead one more time. And she said, go, Mr. Moss, go. And he said he looked at Mama from his peripheral vision. And he was saying to himself, Mamie, what have you gotten yourself into? I remember a reporter asked Mama, because she eventually took in 7 kids for foster kids. We were put in foster care. And a reporter asked her, how did you know that you could raise 7 children by yourself? And Mama, who only had a 3rd grade education, she said, I just felt the Lord would make a way somehow. When I think about all this stuff that's going on, things that we fought hard for in the last 100 days, it's been eliminated. When I think about all the divisiveness and funding for colleges and for programs that help the poor, that's being cut back and eliminated. In the midst of all of this, I still trust. In the midst of all of this, I still believe, and I'm asking you to as well, that somehow the Lord will make a way somehow. And I'm thinking about the words of Mary McLeod Bethune. She said, pray as if everything depends upon God, but work as if everything depends upon you and me. I've got children, I got grandchildren. And so we have a responsibility not just to be witnesses to what's going on, but to stand up, to become engaged and do our part. We can't do everything, but we can do something. When I was on radio in Columbus, Ohio, people there, and you can talk to them about it. I used to have a saying, stand up for what you believe in, because you can fall for anything. I believe that we have the ability to do more than we can ever begin to imagine. I believe in this era of entrepreneurship, in this era of the days of just going to college and graduating and get out and get a job, those days are gone. No, this is the time that we have to learn to become self-sufficient. This is the time that we have to leverage artificial intelligence. And when you come, I'm going to share with you how it took me 3 years to earn my first million. 3 years. But I'm going to share with you, and I have someone with me that will show you how you can use your voice and your story and artificial intelligence to earn your first million in a fraction of the time. We're in a crisis. Crisis in the Chinese language, it means danger, but it also means opportunity. Yes, I believe that somehow this too shall pass. I believe when we hear the words, greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. I know this to be true. I should have been out of here a long time ago when I was diagnosed with 4th stage cancer 39 years ago, and Cancer Centers of America gave me this award, the first award for perseverance, 39-year 4th stage cancer conqueror. I'm not a survivor, I'm a conqueror. I kicked cancer's butt so bad that the cancer rate in my neighborhood dropped by over 93%. Don't come for me. I didn't call an Uber. I'm telling you, this is the time, listen, this is the time for us to stand up and to take a stand and to fight for what we want. There's no time to be running scared. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. And you can't be in a sound mind when you're taking in garbage every day and listening to things that you can't do anything about. You have to feed your mind with stuff that can help you to advance your agenda of what you want to achieve in this life. You were chosen out of 400 million sperm. You are a masterpiece. What do you mean, Les? You're a piece of the master. You're made in the likeness and image of God. You've been given authority and dominion over everything, including standing up and fighting for the rights and for a better life for our children and our children's children, including living a life that will outlive you, including building a legacy, reinventing yourself. And it's going to take everything in us. That's a part of the process. I encourage you, those of you that are in Baltimore County, those of you that are into self-development, and I know, listen, I know I'm talking to the elite. I know I'm talking to a small group of people. I know the masses can't hear me. No, they can't hear me. They can hear Cat Williams and Shay Shay. People, okay? I'm getting so fired up and nose running. Okay. I know that my message, the road to life is straight and narrow, and few there be that find them. I'm talking to the few. You know, Reverend Ike said the best thing you can do for the poor is not be one of them. If you don't want to be one of them, if you don't want to be left behind, if I can learn technology at 80 and I'm kicking butt, taking names and take no prisoners. No, if I can do it at 80, and there are people who have given up after 65. You know, when you retire, I'm not retired, I'm rewired. No, you die within 25 months of retirement. Life is for living your mind. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's why it's increased proliferation of Alzheimer's and dementia. When you stop thinking, when you spend your time sitting around and looking at television. Many people, the majority of people, die long before they're buried, just breathing corpses, lives of no consequence. The reason you're listening to me, because what's in me is in you. And you know it in your heart of hearts. You know it. You know it, Mamie, boy. Listen, you right, boy. I know it. It's not true because you said it, but you said it because it's true. I got it like that. You know I'm crazy. You got to be in another mind. You want to be like people around you? No. Listen, so you want to program your mind. I'm going to give you these motivational materials that's going to change your life. A lot of stuff they have online, but they don't have what I'm going to give you, those of you that come to this event at the DreamLife Center tomorrow at 6 o'clock, 4111 Deer Park Road in Randallstown, Maryland. So that's one thing. So I'll give you some stuff that's going to work for your mind. I'm going to give you a presentation that's really, really going to rock your soul. Here's something else. This is a time that we have to retool, reskill, and we have to adapt to this new place where we are. Einstein said the thinking that has brought me this far has created some problems that this thinking can't solve. And so I remember, and I mentioned this earlier this morning, I went to this event Bob Proctor had, and a guy was talking about that what you earn and produce in life is a result of the quality of your thinking. And he said, how many of you earn around between $3,000 to $5,000 a month? And so I was very proud to raise my hand with the majority of people that were there. He said, well, the only reason that you are making that amount of money in a month and I earn $5,000 in an hour is because of your ignorance, because of what you don't know. Now, I came up in a time where people say, what you don't know can't hurt you. No, what you don't know can keep you ignorant. What you don't know can destroy the potential that you have in you to live a greater life. What you don't know can restrict the quality of your life. No one would imagine, when looking at Wesley and I, my twin brother, Wesley, he's my hero. He did 2 tours in Vietnam. He's a Purple Heart. He served in the Persian Gulf. He was a sky soldier, jumped out of airplanes 176 times. He walked point in Vietnam. He's still here because of his courage and his faith and God's grace and mercy. No one could have predicted, looking at us twins, that the other one that was a little touched in the head, that when mama would go to work, the neighbors would say, Miss Catherine, listen, Mamie, we'll keep all the 6 kids you got here, but we can't keep Leslie. You got to take him with you. He's a problem. He's a little touched in the head. And mama said, yeah, boy, you better straighten up. I'll whip your behind till it rope like okra. Millenniums don't know anything about that. So mama took me to work with her. And a man named Mr. Sidursky, I had to clean his office and shine his shoes. And I heard him say to his son, David, you want to be successful like me? And he said, yes, sir, Dad. He said, watch wealthy people and do what they do. And watch poor people and don't do what they do. I said, whoa. And he was playing motivational materials every day as I was cleaning his office, and I would shine his shoes. And I deliberately did not clean his office as good as I could. I wanted him to call me back in so I can listen to what he was listening to. And I can remember Jim Rohn, when the end comes for you, let it find you conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. Winston Churchill, the truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but at the end, there it is. Zig Ziglar, if you give enough people what they want, they'll give you what you want. I was taking all of this in. I had no idea that one day I would be doing what I'm doing now. I had no idea that I would be speaking in the Georgia Dome. Les Brown, Mamie Brown's boy, from Overtown in Liberty City, before 80,000 people in the Georgia Dome. I'm not making this up. You can Google this now and go in there, put Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. It's not over till you win. I didn't know that was in me. Let me share something with you. You don't know enough about yourself to be a critic. You don't know about yourself to write things off for you. You don't know. You have greatness in you. You've been given authority and dominion. But most of us don't exercise that authority and dominion because we've been pre-programmed and conditioned and domesticated, not educated, domesticated to live a small life. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So those of you that come, not only am I going to speak, but I'm going to take time for those of you that show up, who can hear my voice, and I'm going to spend some personal time with you. That's something that I want to do. There's one thing to do Zooms, and I love doing them. I do them all around the world for all kinds of organizations. But there's something about being in the room, baby. It's something. And I'm encouraging you, don't be intimidated by artificial intelligence. I came along during the time of Tammy Terrell and Marvin Gaye. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Oh, behave. Tickle myself. Stop crazy, man. Okay. Listen, life is for loving and living and lifting others up and believing in the possibilities of your future. That's what life is about. Now, here's something else. I want you to have a compelling reason for your goal and dream. What do you think about your goal and dream? And I'm going to spend some personal time with you tomorrow. And I'm going to share with you some things that you can do that you will say, oh my God. I mean, jaw-dropping. I'm telling you what I know and what I do. I've been doing this for 53 years. I know a thing or two. And I know you got greatness in you. I can't see you. You can see me. But let me share something with you. There's a line in scripture where Jesus went to this town, and this lady who was physically afflicted, she said, Lord, have mercy, trying to get his attention. And the next line said, he saw her. Come on now. I see you. I see the greatness in you. I know what you can do. I know what the possibilities are. I know what it is to be rejected. I know what it is to be in my office in Detroit, Michigan, on the 21st floor at the Penobscot building, sleeping on the floor with my cousin Boo and Larry DeAngie, and bathing in the sink down the hall. I know what it is to sleep in your car or on friends' couches in pursuit of a dream. I know what that is. But here's what we know. Robert Schuller had a point. Tough times never last, but tough people do. And I'm encouraging you to take the time to program your mind, to overcome the things that we've been indoctrinated with. Here's something else. See artificial intelligence as an ally. Spend more time educating yourself than spending time and effort learning some new dance steps. I know I'm stepping on somebody's feet. If the shoe fit, wear it. And if don't fit is your shoe, wear it anyhow. Yeah, we need to be serious about using this technology that gives us access to infinite information. I'm going to show you when you come how you can start your own business, how you can market yourself, I'm going to introduce you to people that have the skill set that can teach in a very simple, practical way. If I can learn it, everybody can learn it. And here's something else. Be selective of your friends. Relationships matter. There's some people that if you never saw them again, it will be too soon. No, oh, behave, drop the mic. Come on. I'm telling you, I'm talking about family members and friends. There are people that when you decide that you're going to die to who you are now to give birth to who God intended you to be, you're going to lose some friends. And I can tell you, and I experienced it, I know firsthand, it's lonely at the top. Yes, it's lonely at the top, but you eat better. Oh, behave. Oh, you go there. Did you go there? Yes, I did. I went there. Yes, you got issues. I do. I do. Okay. So, the DreamLife Center, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, Friday evening, 4111 Deer Park Road in Randallstown, Maryland. I'm going to be there. Dr. Robinson, who is just an icon, a man who has a heart for our children, he and his wife and church. And this is a special time. My goal is to live full, as Dr. Miles Monroe would say, and to die empty. Most people die at age 25 and don't get buried until they're 65. Living a life of no consequence. No. You are made in the likeness and image of God. No. God don't make no joke. No. And all this stuff that's going on now ain't nothing. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chesting rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat, have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears have been watered, we've come treading a path through the blood of the slaughtered. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Don't come for me. I didn't call an Uber. No. So here's something else. Some of you have a story. I'm looking for 21 people. I don't want to work with everybody. Most people are lazy. They're not hungry. You want to make it today, you got to be hungry. People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. People that are hungry are unstoppable. People that are hungry are relentless. People that are hungry will find a way to win. Got to be hungry. Got to be patient and persistent. You got to be willing to trust God and know some way, somehow, we're going to get through this. Yes. And I tell you, we don't, this group here, you little millenniums, y'all don't know nothing about hard times. No. You don't have a clue. You don't know anything about hard times and all this little stuff. We're going to eliminate all DEI. Okay, whatever. Oh, is that supposed to stop us? Oh, thank you very much. I wasn't aware. I remember the company that sponsored Tony Robbins for an infomercial, and they spend millions of dollars promoting him around the world. And I sent them my cassette tape and a letter. This is before texting and artificial intelligence. And so they wrote me back saying, you got an inspiring story, but you're Black. And we don't believe that a Black person will be received by America or the rest of the world. And I wrote them back and I said, thank you very much for reminding me that I'm Black. I never would have known that if you hadn't told me. I said, I'll see you from the top. And I decided with that letter, that I'd be so good that I could not be ignored. See, this is a time that you have to stand out. The average is over. This is a time that you have to tap within yourself and hold yourself to a higher standard, operating out of the thinking of Henry David Thoreau, who said, do not go where the path may lead, go where there's no path and leave a trail. Set new standards. There are business ideas in you, inventions in you, art, music, books in you. You got a book in you? Let me give you my email. Now, I'm looking for the hungry ones. Oh, come on, somebody. That if you want to learn how to tell your story to increase your brand, let me share with you the two areas that are going to be dominating right now: your brand, your voice, your story, and artificial intelligence. Now, what I'm focused on, and we'll be talking about giving people actionable steps, how to fortify their mind and their faith, and how to use artificial intelligence, and how to create communities of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. That's what we have to do now. And there are people who have done some incredible things, and we've got to get together in environments and learn from each other. Iron sharpening iron. You earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. So this is your moment. This is your time. I know some of you were just like me. When I was working on a job, I'll never forget that time I was married. And I came home and I said, that Bert, that man, the general manager, he's stupid. My wife asked me, if he's stupid, why is he signing your paycheck? You know, I couldn't sleep that night. I got a stupid person signing my paycheck. What does that make me? You know, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Wow. I have it within me to sign my own paycheck, to be my own boss, to control my own destiny. I'm a grown man. Why do I have to go to somebody and ask permission when I can go on vacation? Why do I have somebody telling me what time to show up and what time I can get off and how long my lunch break will be? I'm not going to be a volunteer slave. No. You know, when people change their lives, and some of you know this, when you get to the point where you say, I've had it. That's where the people leave relationships where they're dying together rather than living together. They say, I've had it. That's when people change their lives. I've had it. That's why this sister said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Fannie Lou Hamer. I've had it. And I went about the business to learn. This is not the original Les Brown. This is my power voice up in here. But there was that other Les Brown that used to get in trouble in school for talking too much at Douglas Elementary School. Hey, baby, what's your name? Oh, my name is Cassandra. Well, my name is Mr. Vocabulary. Linguistically or rationally, I'm emphatic that I possess an ad infinitum etymology, which is simply unconquerable. However, I want to be like Columbus and discover you. Oh, I had game in the 6th grade, baby. Don't come on now. I used to get in trouble for talking all the time in school, and now I get paid to speak. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. Go online. I'm not making this up. Go online. Put in Les Brown. Just put in Les Brown and the motivational speaker, not Les Brown, the band of renown. No, just put in Les Brown, Mamie Brown's boy, Dr. Del Rucker boy from Gainesville. Okay, so you see, I had no idea that this guy you now see, that I could do this. Here's something else. I got 2 last things I want to leave with you. I told this to my grandchildren. Grandpa, what is it you want us to think about as we go in the future and we become adults? I said, live your life the way you want to leave your life. When you live your life the way you want to leave your life, you are dying a life of no regrets. Most people spend their lives working on jobs that they hate and at the same time hope they don't get fired. And when you're out of alignment with your calling, because you've not taken the time to discover and to listen to that still small voice within, you put yourself at risk. On Monday morning, the heart attack rate in America increased by 35%. People getting ready to go to jobs that they hate, and they die sitting on the toilet. Some of y'all don't go to the bathroom on Monday morning. Okay. Here's the other thing. Live a life that will outlive you. You were chosen. You were deployed. There's something you have in you that the world needs. Life is God's gift to us, and how we live our lives is our gift to God. So I see you. And so I want the people in Randallstown, Maryland to know that Mamie Brown's baby boy and Dorothy Bell Rucker's pride and joy is coming to town at the DreamLife Center at 4111 Deer Park Road. I've got two mothers, and I'm not ashamed. I've got two mothers, and I love them just the same. Oh, behave. I look forward to seeing you. Always strive to get on top in life, because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Oh, boy. I've enjoyed myself. Jerry, where are you? We're going to end this now. Let me see some signs of some hearts or some flames or something. If there's something I said that resonated with you. Now, if you want to be a part of my one-on-one coaching, I'm looking for just 21 people, the few. Email me at lesbrown77@gmail.com. lesbrown77@gmail.com. If you're ready to put in the time and the effort to invest in yourself, because your brand, your story, you, even if you write a book, it's one thing to write for the eyes, something else to speak to the ear. You are the storyteller for your business. You are your brand. The ability to communicate, to relate to people, to interact with people, just in corporations alone, your ability to communicate, increase your value and impact by over 50%. Warren Buffett said that. I'm not making this up. I'm telling you what I know. And so decide that you are not going to die with your greatness in you. No. And you know what I'm talking about. You know. I didn't do this for 14 years. Being logical and realistic. Les, you don't have a college education. Les, you can't compete with people with MBAs and PhDs. Les, you were labeled educable mental retarded. Les, listen, be logical, be practical. For 14 years, I would go see other speakers. And my heart say, I can do that. But my mind, being logical and practical and realistic, said, no, you can't. Listen, when there's an argument between your mind and your heart, follow your heart. Follow your heart. I know what I'm talking about. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. Decide to bet on you. Become a risk taker. This God said, if you're not willing to risk, you cannot really, truly live up to your true potential. You got to take a chance on you. Bet on you. Okay. Let me see some flames, some hearts. Show brother some love up in here, up in here. All right. And let me see. And also, there's something else I want to say. That this thing called life, you want to have a compelling reason of why you do what you do. So when the tough times come, and they're going to come, when you have failures and setbacks. Walt Disney filed bankruptcy 7 times and had 2 nervous breakdowns. But he didn't give up. He didn't give up. A.L. Williams said, all you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. But make sure you do all you can do. And George Washington Carver said, do what you can where you are with what you have and never be satisfied. So I think that those of you that are listening, the reason that you're listening to me is because what's in me is also in you. You know that in your heart. You know it. And I say, move with a sense of urgency. Live each day as if it were your last. I heard Frank Sinatra say that to someone at Caesar's Palace. Gladys and I were gathered in, and I was the conductor of the midnight train. Oh, he didn't go there. Yes, he did. And he said to this young guy, live each day as if it were your last, because one day it will be. And I love what I do. You want to find something that when you do it, it brings you joy. It feeds your soul and your spirit. And when you find that something, let me tell you, you'll never work a day in your life. Can you tell I enjoy this? I love inspiring people because somebody inspired me. When I met Mr. Washington, young man, work this problem out for me. I can't do that. So why not? I'm not one of your students. I'm just here looking for MacArthur Stevens. Do what I'm asking you to do anyhow. I can't, sir. And the other kids started laughing, saying, he's Leslie. He's got a twin brother, Wesley. Wesley is smart. He's DT. What's DT? He's the dumb twin. And they started laughing. And he looked at me for my response. I said, I am, sir. And he came from behind his desk. Don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Do you hear me? I said, yes, sir. On one hand, I was humiliated. But on the other hand, I was liberated because he looked at me with the eyes of Goethe, who said, look at a man the way that he is, he only becomes worse. But look at him as if he were what he could be, then he becomes what he should be. This is our time. This is our time. We were born and preserved for such a time as this. I ain't playing with you. And there are some of you that can hear me. I'm going to teach you how to tell your story, how to monetize your story, how to be able to create an experience with your presentation so that people don't just hear you, they experience you. They feel you in their heart. I'm going to teach you how to do that for those of you that want to make a difference and want to live a service-driven life. It was told to us many years, the greatest among you will be your servant. And we are here to make a difference, to be the voice for the voiceless and help those who have given up and thrown in the towel on themselves. And I want to say, immigrants are people too. We should not just sit back and just watch what's happening to them. They're people too. We must let our voices be heard. We must stand up and get involved. Silence gives consent.
Please leave your message for.
I've been calling them. They're supposed to be taking me off. I don't know what happened. They just deserted me. Okay, all right. Listen, I hope you got some value. Remember, if you want interested, and we have to vet you for my one-on-one coaching, email me at lesbrown77@gmail.com. Say, I just heard you. Got something special for you. And I'm going to be at the DreamLife Center, 4111 Deer Park Road in Randallstown, Maryland. Thank you so much. And we're going to end that. Thank you.